A janitor discovers a mafia boss is conscious but paralyzed, trapped inside his own body, while doctors declare him unresponsive. While everyone walks away, she stays, she watches, and she sees what no one else can see. He's awake, aware, and terrified. Using a simple blink code, she becomes his only voice to the outside world. But when she catches a nurse tampering with his IV in the middle of the night, everything changes. Someone wants him dead. And now she's the only thing standing between him and whoever's trying to finish the job. The hospital accuses her of stealing. His enemies come after her. Her apartment burns to the ground. But what she doesn't know yet is that this dying criminal is about to leave her something that will change her life forever and transform an entire community. Who's really behind the poisoning? Why would a feared mafia boss trust a janitor with his deepest secrets? And what happens when the man everyone wanted dead becomes the reason hundreds of people can finally live? The mop handle feels cold in my hands tonight. I push it across the hospital lobby floor in slow circles. The marble gleams under the fluorescent lights. My uniform sticks to my back. It's been a long shift. I hear sirens outside. They get louder. Then, the automatic doors burst open. Paramedics rush in with a stretcher. A man in a white tuxedo lies perfectly still. His face is pale. His eyes are closed. Someone shouts about a gala. Someone else shouts about calling neurology. I step back against the wall. My mop bucket tips slightly. Water sloshes. The man on the stretcher looks important. His tuxedo is expensive. His shoes are polished. But right now he looks small, fragile. Ava Johnson felt afraid. Not of the man, of how quickly life can change. I watch them wheel him toward the elevators. Nurses run alongside. Doctors bark orders into phones. The lobby fills with noise and panic. Then it empties again. The sirens fade. The doors close. I'm alone with my mop and my thoughts. Even the mighty can fall, I whisper. I don't know why I say it. Maybe because it's true. Maybe because I've seen it before. My father was strong once. Then he couldn't move. Then he was gone. I finish mopping. My knees ache. My back aches. But I keep working. That's what I do. The next morning I'm assigned to the ICU floor. The nurse manager hands me a new cart. She doesn't look at me when she speaks. Room 412 and the hallway, she says. Don't touch anything medical. I nod. I never do. The ICU is different from other floors. Everything is quieter here, more serious. Death feels closer, but life does too. I push my cart down the hallway. Through the glass walls, I see the man from last night. He's in room 412. Tubes run from his arms. Machines beep steadily. A woman sits beside him. Her face is red from crying. I start cleaning the hallway. I spray and wipe, but I keep glancing at the room. Doctors crowd around his bed. They argue. Their voices are muffled through the glass. One doctor shakes his head. Another points at a chart. The woman stands and demands something. I can't hear what. My chest tightens. I know that feeling, that helpless, desperate feeling. The doctors leave. They look defeated. The woman sits back down. She puts her head in her hands. I finish the hallway. I move to the glass wall. I spray it carefully. I wipe it clean. That's when I see it. Just for a second. The man's eyelids flutter. Not a blink. A flutter. Like he's trying to open them, like he's fighting. Ava Johnson's breath caught. I freeze. I stare at him. His eyes are still closed. But I know what I saw. I look at the woman. She's not watching. I look at the nurse's station. No one's paying attention. I press my cloth against the glass one more time. I watch him closely. Nothing happens. Maybe I imagined it. Maybe I'm just tired. I've been working double shifts all week. I move to the next window, but my heart won't slow down. The next morning I check the board. Room 412. Vincent Marino. Status. Unresponsive. That word bothers me. Unresponsive. I saw his eyelids move. That's a response, isn't it? I wheel my cart past his room again. The woman is still there. She looks exhausted. Her clothes are wrinkled. Her hair is messy. The nurse on duty is Sharon. I know her. She's always been kind to me. I approach her slowly. "Excuse me," I say. My voice is soft. "The patient in 412. Has he shown any signs of waking up?" Sharon looks up from her computer. She smiles, but it's tired. "Not yet." "Why?" "I thought I saw his eyelids move yesterday," I say. "Just a flutter." Sharon's smile fades. She laughs, but it's not mean, just dismissive. "That's just muscle spasms, Ava. It happens, he's not conscious." "But what if—" "Trust me," she says. Her voice is gentle but firm. We'd know. We're monitoring everything. I nod. I want to argue, but I'm just the janitor. No one listens to janitors. I move to the break room. I sit alone with my lunch. It's just crackers and an apple. My stomach isn't hungry anyway. I think about my father, how the doctors said he couldn't hear me, how they said his brain was too damaged. But I knew better. I felt it. When I talked to him, something changed. His breathing, his face, something. The doctors never believed me. My hands trembled. I wiped them on my uniform. After my break, I make a decision. Maybe it's foolish. Maybe it's wrong. But I have to know. I wait until Sharon leaves the nurse's station. I slip into room 412. The woman isn't there. Maybe she went to eat. Maybe she went home. It's just me and Vincent Marino. I stand beside his bed. Up close, he looks older. His face has lines. His hands are weathered, but there's something peaceful about him too. "Mr. Marino," I whisper, "can you hear me?" Nothing. "If you can hear me, I need you to show me," I say. My voice breaks slightly. "Please." I talk about simple things. The weather, the hospital, my shift. I mention faith, how it's the only thing that got me through losing my father. That's when it happens. His right index finger twitches, just once, but it's there. Ava Johnson felt hope, sharp and bright. "Oh my God," I breathe. "You're in there." I grab his hand gently. It's warm. "Can you move your finger again?" Nothing. I try something else. "Blink if you can hear me." 2 blinks for yes, 1 for no. I wait. My heart pounds. Then his eyelids move. Slow, deliberate. 2 blinks. Tears fill my eyes. "You can hear me, can't you?" 2 blinks. I gasp. My whole body shakes. He's conscious. He's trapped. But he's there. "I'm going to help you," I whisper. "I promise." Dr. Collins doesn't believe me. I knew he wouldn't, but I had to try. "You're not qualified to make medical claims," he says. His voice is cold, professional. "I understand you care, but we have protocols." "I saw him blink," I say. I'm standing in the hallway outside his office. Twice, on purpose. "Involuntary reflexes," Dr. Collins says. He adjusts his glasses. "It happens with coma patients. I appreciate your concern, Miss Johnson, but please focus on your job." My throat tightens. I want to scream. I want to shake him, but I just nod. "Yes, sir," I say quietly. I turn to leave. That's when I see her, the woman from room 412. She's standing a few feet away. Her eyes are sharp, angry. "What did you just say to him?" she asks. I start. "You think my father is conscious?" Her voice rises. "You're giving me false hope. You're a janitor." Ava Johnson felt small, invisible. "I'm sorry," I say. "I just thought—" "Don't," she snaps. "Don't think. Do your job." She walks past me. Her heels click loudly on the tile. I stand there alone. My chest aches. Dr. Collins closes his office door. I hear the lock click. I go to the bathroom. I cry for 5 minutes. Then I wash my face. I look at myself in the mirror. My eyes are red. My uniform is wrinkled. "You know what you saw," I whisper to my reflection. I do. I know. That night, I can't sleep. I lie in my small apartment and stare at the ceiling. I think about my father, how I sat with him every day, how I held his hand, how I knew he was there even when everyone said he wasn't. I think about Vincent Marino, trapped in his body, alone, afraid. Something shifted in my expression. I sit up. If no one else will help him, I will. I bring a small flashlight the next night. I wait until the floor is quiet. Most visitors are gone. The nurses are doing rounds on the other side. I slip into room 412. Vincent is alone. His daughter must have gone home. I pull a chair close to his bed. "Mr. Marino," I whisper. "It's me. Ava, the janitor." 2 blinks. "Good," I say. "I'm going to ask you questions. 2 blinks for yes, 1 for no, okay?" 2 blinks. My hands shake as I pull out a small notebook. "Are you in pain?" 1 blink. "No." "Can you feel your body?" 1 blink. "Can you hear everything around you?" 2 blinks. I write it all down. My handwriting is messy, but it doesn't matter. "Are you scared?" The silence stretched. Then 2 blinks. "Me too," I say softly. "But we're going to get through this." I ask more questions about his health, about what happened, about his family. He answers with blinks, slow and deliberate. After 30 minutes, I hear footsteps. I stand quickly. I shove the notebook in my pocket. His daughter walks in. Isabella, that's her name. I heard the nurses say it. She stops when she sees me. "What are you doing?" "I was just—" I start. "You're that janitor," she says. Her voice is sharp. I told you to stay away from my father. Please, I say, just watch. Ask him a question. What? Isabella looks confused, angry. Ask him a yes or no question, I say. My voice is stronger now, braver. Tell him to blink twice for yes. Isabella stares at me. Her jaw is tight, but something in my face must convince her. She turns to her father. Dad, she says slowly, can you hear me? Blink twice if you can. We both watch. The room is silent except for the machines. Then he blinks. Once. Twice. Isabella's breath catches. She stumbles backward. I catch her arm. Oh my God, she whispers. Oh my God. She rushes to his bedside. She grabs his hand. Dad? You're in there? You can hear me? 2 blinks. Isabella breaks down. She sobs into his hand. Her whole body shakes. I step back. I give them space. My own eyes are wet. After a few minutes, Isabella looks up at me. Her face is streaked with tears, but something has changed. Her eyes are softer, grateful. How did you know? She asks. I just watched, I say. I paid attention. Isabella wipes her eyes. She stands. She walks over to me. Thank you, she says. Her voice breaks. Thank you for seeing him. What now? I ask. We tell the doctors, she says. We make them believe us. They didn't believe me before, I say quietly. They'll believe me, Isabella says. Something shifts in her expression. And if they don't, I'll make them. Over the next few days, everything changes. Dr. Collins runs new tests. He brings in specialists. They confirm what I already knew. Vincent Marino is conscious. He has locked-in syndrome. His mind is alert, but his body won't obey. The hospital buzzes with the news. Nurses whisper in the hallways. Doctors look embarrassed. Sharon apologizes to me 3 times. But I don't care about any of that. I care about Vincent. Isabella asks me to visit him every evening. She says it helps. She says he seems calmer when I'm there. So I come. I sit with him. I talk. I ask questions. I write down his answers. One night I ask him about his life, about his work. He blinks carefully, slowly. I translate his answers in my notebook. You ran a business, I say. A difficult business. 2 blinks. You hurt people, I say gently. 2 blinks. His eyes look sad. But you tried to make up for it, I say. You gave money to hospitals, to orphanages. 2 blinks. Why? I ask. He can't explain with blinks. But his eyes tell me everything. Regret, guilt, hope. Ava Johnson felt sympathy, deep and unexpected. You're not all bad, I whisper. No one is. His eyes meet mine. They're grateful, relieved. Isabella comes in a few minutes later. She sits on the other side of the bed. She watches us quietly. You're good with him, she says. He's easy to talk to, I say. I smile a little. Isabella is quiet for a moment. Then she asks, have you always worked here? For 3 years, I say. Before that, I took care of my father. What happened to him? Her voice is soft now, curious. He had a stroke, I say. My throat tightens. He couldn't move, couldn't speak. The doctors said he couldn't understand me, but I knew he could. Did he recover? Isabella asks. No, I say quietly. He passed away 2 years ago. The silence hung between us. Heavy, sad. I'm sorry, Isabella says. She means it. I can tell. Me too, I say. But being with him taught me something. Everyone deserves to be heard, even when they can't speak. Isabella looks at her father. Her eyes fill with tears. Thank you for hearing him. Thank you for believing me, I say. She reaches across the bed. She takes my hand. We sit like that for a while. 3 people connected by pain and hope. When I leave that night, I feel something I haven't felt in years. Purpose. Maybe kindness runs deeper than we think. Maybe we're all just trying to find our way back to it. I walk through the parking lot. The night air is cool. The stars are bright. I smile softly. My father would be proud. I know he would. But not everyone is happy. I start to notice it the next week. A nurse named Lance watches me closely. He never smiles. His eyes are cold. One evening he corners me by the supply closet. You should mind your business, he says. His voice is low, threatening. I'm just doing my job, I say. My heart pounds. Your job is mopping floors, Lance says. He steps closer. Not playing nurse. I'm helping a patient, I say. I try to sound brave, but my voice shakes. Vincent Marino isn't just any patient, Lance says. He's got enemies. Dangerous ones. You don't want to get involved. I'm already involved, I say. Lance's eyes narrow. That's a mistake. He walks away. I stand there alone. My hands shake. That night, I tell Isabella what happened. She listens carefully. Her face goes pale. "Lance," she says, "I don't trust him. Something about him feels wrong." "Do you think he's dangerous?" I ask. "Maybe," Isabella says. "My father made enemies, a lot of them. Some of them want him dead." Ava Johnson felt fear, cold and sharp. "What do we do?" I ask. "We watch," Isabella says. "We stay alert, and we keep my father safe." I nod. "But I'm scared. I'm not brave. I'm just a janitor." I pray that night. I pray for protection, for wisdom, for strength. I don't know if God hears me, but I have to try. A week later, something terrible happens. I'm working late. The floor is quiet. Most nurses have gone home. Only a skeleton crew remains. I'm mopping near Vincent's room when I hear his monitors. They're beeping wildly. Alarms blare. I drop my mop. I run inside. Vincent's face is red. His body is tense. Something is wrong. Very wrong. I look at his IV bag. It smells strange, sharp, chemical. "Help!" I shout. "Someone help!" Isabella appears in the doorway. She must have been in the bathroom. She sees her father. She screams. "Call security!" I yell. "Someone tampered with his IV!" A nurse rushes in. She disconnects the IV immediately. She calls a code. More staff arrive. I grab the IV bag. I hold it carefully. "This smells wrong," I say. The nurse sniffs it. Her face goes white. "Get this to the lab. Now." Security comes. They ask questions. They take statements. But by the time they finish, the person responsible is gone. Lance is gone too. His shift ended an hour ago. No one can find him. Isabella and I stand in the hallway. We're both shaking. "Someone wants him dead," I whisper. "I know," Isabella says. Her voice is hard, angry. "But they won't succeed. I won't let them." She looks at me. Her eyes are fierce. "Thank you for being here, for watching." "I'll always watch," I say. I mean it. Vincent isn't just a patient anymore. He's someone I care about, someone worth protecting. That night, I go home exhausted, scared, but also determined. The world tried to silence Vincent Marino, but I won't let it. Neither will Isabella. We're in this together now. Two unlikely allies, bound by something stronger than blood, bound by choice. The next morning, I'm called to the hospital administrator's office. My stomach feels tight. I know something is wrong. Two men in suits sit across from the desk. Security. The administrator, Mr. Harrison, looks uncomfortable. "Miss Johnson," he says, "we need to discuss a serious matter." "What matter?" I ask. My voice is small. "Medical supplies have gone missing," he says. "IV bags, medications. We have reason to believe you're involved." Ava Johnson felt shock, cold and numbing. "That's not true," I say. "I would never—" "Your badge was used to access the supply room," one of the suits says. His voice is flat. "Multiple times, after hours." "I didn't—" I start. "We have security footage," the other suit says. "Someone in a janitor's uniform, your size, your build." "But it wasn't me." My voice rises. I'm shaking now. Mr. Harrison holds up his hand. "Until we complete our investigation, you're suspended, effective immediately." "Please," I say. Tears fill my eyes. "I didn't do anything wrong. I was trying to help Mr. Marino." "That's exactly the problem," Mr. Harrison says. "You overstepped. You got involved in matters beyond your authority." "Someone tried to poison him," I say. "I saved his life." "That's under investigation too," the suit says. "For all we know, you staged it, to make yourself look like a hero." My chest tightens. I can't breathe. This can't be happening. "You need to leave the premises," Mr. Harrison says. "Now. If you refuse, we'll call the police." I stand on shaky legs. I walk out of the office, down the hallway, past nurses who won't look at me, past patients who whisper. I see Isabella in the lobby. She's arguing with someone on her phone. When she sees me, she runs over. "Ava, what happened?" she asks. "Why are you crying?" "They suspended me," I say. My voice breaks. "They think I stole supplies. They think I made everything up." Isabella's eyes flash with anger. "That's ridiculous. I'll talk to them. I'll tell them—" "They won't listen," I say. "I'm nobody. Just a janitor who caused trouble." "You're not nobody," Isabella says. Her voice is fierce. "You saved my father's life." "It doesn't matter," I say. Tears stream down my face. I'm done. I walk out the front doors, into the parking lot, into my car. I sit there for 10 minutes just crying. Then I drive home, to my tiny apartment, to my empty life. I pack my few belongings into boxes. I don't know if I'll need to leave, but I might. If they press charges? If they decide I'm a criminal? My hands trembled. I can barely hold the tape. That night I kneel by my bed. My father's Bible sits on the nightstand. I open it. The pages are worn, marked with his notes. If I was meant to save him, show me how, I whisper. I wait for an answer, for a sign, but there's only silence. I cry myself to sleep. 3 days pass. Long, empty days. I don't leave my apartment. I don't answer my phone. I just sit and wait. On the 4th night, someone knocks on my door. I check the peephole. It's Isabella. I open the door. She rushes in. Her face is pale, desperate. Ava, I need your help, she says. Something's wrong with my father again. What? I ask. My heart pounds. His vitals are dropping, Isabella says. The doctors can't figure out why, but I think... She stops, takes a breath. I think someone is poisoning him again. Lance, I say. Yes, Isabella says. He's still working there, still on the night shift. I tried to tell security, but they said there's no proof. What can I do? I ask. They banned me from the hospital. We sneak you in, Isabella says. Her eyes are determined. Tonight, we watch him ourselves. We catch whoever is doing this. Ava Johnson felt afraid, but also needed. If we get caught, I start. We won't, Isabella says. I have access. I can get you in the back entrance. We'll hide. We'll wait. I look at her. This woman who once called me just a janitor, who dismissed me. Now she's asking for my help. Okay, I say. I'll do it. She smiles. Relief floods her face. Thank you. We make a plan. She'll pick me up at 11:30. We'll go in through the loading dock. She has a spare janitor uniform from a friend. I'll blend in. It's risky. It's probably stupid. But I can't let Vincent die. Not when I know someone is trying to kill him. At 11:15, I change into old jeans and a dark jacket. I pull my hair back. I wait by the window. Isabella's car pulls up at 11:30 exactly. I run down the stairs. I get in. She hands me a uniform. Put this on in the car, she says. We don't have much time. I change quickly. The uniform fits. I tuck my hair under a cap. We drive in silence. The streets are empty. The night feels heavy. Are you scared? Isabella asks. Yes, I say. Are you? Terrified, she says. Her voice is soft, honest. Why are you doing this? I ask. You could just hire private security. You have money. Because you're the only one who really sees him, Isabella says. The only one who treats him like he's still a person. Not a patient. Not a victim. A person. Her eyes find mine. You gave me my father back. I won't lose him again. We park behind the hospital. The loading dock is dark. Isabella uses her key card. The door clicks open. We slip inside. The hallway smells like disinfectant. Our footsteps echo softly. This way, Isabella whispers. We take the back stairs, up 4 floors, through empty corridors, past sleeping patients. We reach the ICU. Isabella leads me to a supply closet across from Vincent's room. It has a small window. We can see his door from here. We wait, she says. We sit on the floor. It's cramped, uncomfortable, but we have a clear view. The clock on the wall says 12:45. The night shift is in full swing. Nurses move quietly. Machines beep steadily. At 1:30, I see Lance. He walks down the hallway. He looks around. Then he enters Vincent's room. There, I whisper. That's him. Isabella tenses. What is he doing? We watch through the small window. Lance approaches Vincent's bed. He pulls something from his pocket. A small vial. He's going for the IV, I say. We have to stop him, Isabella says. Wait, I say. We need proof. Let him touch it. Then we confront him. Ava Johnson's breath caught. This is it. Lance opens the vial. He reaches for the IV port. That's when we burst out of the closet. Stop! Isabella shouts. Lance jumps. The vial slips from his hand. It hits the floor. Liquid spills. What are you doing? Isabella demands. Lance's face goes white, then red. I'm checking his medication. It's my job. With an unmarked vial, I ask. My voice is stronger than I feel. Try again. Lance looks at the door. He's calculating, deciding if he can run. Security is already on the way, Isabella lies. You're done. Something shifts in his expression. Panic, then rage. You don't understand, Lance says. He deserves this. Do you know how many people he killed? How many families he destroyed? That doesn't give you the right to murder him, Isabella says. Her voice shakes. He's my father. He's a monster, Lance spits. And you're just as bad. Protecting him. He lunges for the door. Isabella screams. I grab for him, but he's too fast. He shoves me hard. I fall. My head hits the wall. Pain explodes behind my eyes. By the time I look up, he's gone. Isabella helps me stand. My vision blurs. Are you okay? She asks. Fine, I say, but I'm not. My head throbs. Isabella picks up the vial carefully. We have proof now. Security arrives 2 minutes later. Then nurses. Then doctors. The floor floods with people. I tell them everything. Isabella backs up my story. A nurse confirms Lance's shift was supposed to end an hour ago. He stayed late. Unauthorized. They bag the vial. They test it immediately. It's the same toxin from before. Muscle relaxant. In high doses, it stops the heart. Dr. Collins arrives. He looks at me. His face is pale, ashamed. I'm sorry, he says. I should have believed you from the start. Just find Lance, I say. My voice is tired. Before he hurts someone else. The police arrive at dawn. They take statements. They issue a warrant for Lance's arrest. But he's vanished. I sit in the waiting room with Isabella. We're both exhausted, scared, but also relieved. We did it, Isabella says. We caught him. He's still out there, I say. They'll find him, she says. But she doesn't sound sure. The silence stretched between us, heavy with unspoken fear. The next day, everything changes again. The hospital clears my name. Mr. Harrison apologizes. Sharon hugs me. Other staff members smile and wave. But I don't care about any of that. I just want to see Vincent. When I enter his room, Isabella is already there. She's crying, but they're happy tears. Look, she says. Vincent's right hand moves, just his fingers. But they move, on purpose. I rush to his bedside. Mr. Marino? His eyes find mine. He blinks twice. Yes. Then his fingers curl slowly. He's trying to make a fist. Oh my God, I breathe. You're getting stronger. Over the next week, he makes more progress. His fingers move more easily. His toes twitch. His facial muscles relax slightly. The doctors call it a miracle, a 1 in a million recovery. They run tests constantly. They document everything. But I know the truth. It's not just medicine. It's willpower. It's faith. It's love. I spend every evening with him. I help with physical therapy. I talk to him. I read to him. I hold his hand when he gets frustrated. Isabella is there too. We work together. A team. One afternoon, a reporter shows up. Then another. Soon, the waiting room is full of cameras. The story spreads. Janitor saves Mafia boss. Woman's intuition defies medical science. Faith and persistence bring man back from the brink. My photo appears in newspapers, on websites, on TV. People I've never met send messages. Some call me a hero. Others call me naive. A few call me worse things. Ava Johnson felt exposed, vulnerable. You should ignore them, Isabella says. We're sitting in the hospital cafeteria. They don't know you. But they're not wrong, I say. Your father did hurt people. He admits it. He's trying to change, Isabella says. Isn't that what matters? That he's trying. I think about that. About forgiveness. About second chances. About whether anyone is beyond redemption. Yes, I say finally. That's what matters. But not everyone agrees. At church that Sunday, people whisper. They look at me sideways. One woman, Mrs. Patterson, corners me after service. You're helping a criminal, she says. Her voice is cold. What would your father think? My throat tightens. My father believed in mercy. There's a difference between mercy and foolishness, she says. I walk away. My hands shake. My eyes burn. That night, I pray. Not for understanding, not for approval, just for strength, to keep doing what feels right. Even when everyone says it's wrong. The next evening, I return to Vincent's room. He's sitting up slightly. His eyes are brighter, alert. Everyone thinks I'm crazy, I tell him. I'm not sure why I say it, but it feels safe to tell him. He blinks once. No. You don't think so? I ask. 2 blinks. No. His hand moves slowly, deliberately. He points at his chest, then at me. Then he forms his fingers into what looks like a heart. Clumsy, imperfect, but clear. You're grateful, I say. My voice breaks. 2 blinks. Tears fill my eyes. You're welcome. After 6 weeks, Vincent speaks his first word. It's hoarse, barely audible, but it's there. Ava. The room goes silent. Isabella gasps. I freeze. Say it again, Isabella whispers. Vincent swallows. His throat works hard. Va. I start crying. I can't help it. Isabella is crying too. Even the nurse in the corner wipes her eyes. I'm here, I say. I take his hand. I'm right here. Over the next days, water. He learns more words. Thank you. His voice is rough, slow, but it's his voice, his words, his thoughts finally freed. One afternoon the police return. They want his statement about Lance, about the poisoning, about everything. Vincent tells them, slowly, carefully. He explains about his past, his enemies, the rival gang that wants him dead. He gives names, locations, details, information that will help them find Lance and stop the threat. The detective nods. This is very helpful, Mr. Marino. Thank you. Not done, Vincent says. His voice is determined. What do you mean? The detective asks. Vincent looks at me, then at Isabella. Want to confess? Confess what? Isabella asks. Her face goes pale. Everything, Vincent says. All crimes, all sins. The detective sits back down. He pulls out his notebook. Are you sure about this, Mr. Marino? You have the right to an attorney. Don't need, Vincent says. Did wrong. Must make right. He confesses for 2 hours. Slowly, painfully. Every crime, every choice, every person he hurt. Isabella sits in the corner, silent, crying. I stand by the window. My chest aches. This man is choosing truth, choosing justice, even though it will cost him everything. When he finishes, the detective closes his notebook. You'll likely face charges, Mr. Marino, significant ones. No, Vincent says. He looks at me. Oh, second chance to girl with cleanest soul. Ava Johnson, felt humbled, small, unworthy. I'm not that special, I say quietly. Vincent's eyes soften. You are. That night I walk home under a golden sunrise. The world feels different, lighter, like something heavy has lifted. I think about redemption, about how it's messy, painful, costly, but also beautiful, worth fighting for. I think about Vincent, a man who did terrible things, but who is trying, really trying, to become better. I think about myself, a janitor who saw something no one else did, who refused to look away, who chose compassion over convenience. Maybe that's all faith is, refusing to look away, choosing to see, choosing to care. I smile. Hope blooms in my chest, warm and bright. My father would be proud. I know he would. But evil doesn't die easily. 3 nights later, I'm asleep in my apartment. It's after midnight. Something wakes me. A smell, sharp, acrid, smoke. I sit up. My room is orange hazy. Light flickers under my door. Fire! I scream. I jump out of bed. I grab my father's Bible. The only thing that matters. The only thing I can't replace. The hallway is engulfed. Flames climb the walls. Heat blasts my face. I run toward the back door. The smoke burns my lungs. My eyes stream. I make it outside, into the parking lot. I collapse on the grass, coughing, gasping. Sirens wail. Neighbors gather. Someone wraps a blanket around me. The fire department arrives, but it's too late. My apartment is gone. Everything I owned. Every memory, every piece of my father except the Bible. I clutch it to my chest. My hands shake. A firefighter kneels beside me. Are you hurt? I don't know, I say. My voice is hoarse. He checks me. Minor burns on my arms, smoke inhalation. But I'm alive. Do you know how it started? He asks. No, I say. But I do. Deep down, I know. Lance. He did this. To silence me. To punish me. To destroy everything I have. I sit on the curb wrapped in the blanket. I watch my home burn. Flames reach toward the sky. Bright and terrible. Ava Johnson felt broken, lost, but also defiant. You can take my home, I whisper, but not my heart. The fire burns for hours. By dawn, there's nothing left, just ash and rubble. I have nowhere to go, no family, no money, nothing. Isabella arrives at sunrise. Someone must have called her. She runs to me. She wraps me in her arms. Oh, Ava, she says, I'm so sorry. It was Lance, I say. I know it was. We'll prove it, she says. Her voice is hard, angry. And we'll make him pay. I'm tired of fighting, I say. Tears stream down my face. I just want to be safe. You will be, Isabella says. I promise. My father will make sure of it. How? I ask. He's in the hospital. He can barely speak. He has influence, Isabella says. More than you know. He'll protect you. We both will. She helps me to my feet. She drives me to a hotel. She pays for a room. She brings me clothes, food, everything I need. Rest, she says. I'll handle everything else. I lie on the hotel bed, clean, soft, safe, but empty inside. I open my father's Bible. The pages are charred at the edges, but the words remain clear, true. I read Psalms until I fall asleep, and for the first time in weeks, I don't dream. The next morning, Isabella takes me to the hospital. Vincent needs to see me. She says he's been asking for me all night. When I walk into his room, his eyes light up. Then they fill with tears. Ava, he says. His voice is stronger now, almost normal. I heard what happened. I'm okay, I say, but my voice breaks. No, he says. He shakes his head slowly. Not okay. This is my fault. It's not, I start. Yes, he says. His voice is firm. My enemies, my past. I brought danger to you. He struggles to sit up more. Isabella helps him. He looks at me with fierce determination. From now on, he says, I'd protect you. Ava Johnson felt something shift, like the weight I've been carrying isn't mine alone anymore. You can't protect me from prison, I say softly. Yes, I can, Vincent says. I have people, resources, money. You will be safe. I don't want your money, I say. Too bad, he says. His eyes soften. You saved my life. Let me save yours. Isabella steps forward. He's right, Ava. Lance is still out there. You need protection, a safe place to live. I can't accept, I start. You will, Vincent says. His voice is gentle but firm. Please. I look at him. This man who was once feared, now humbled, broken, but still trying to protect others. Okay, I whisper. Thank you. He smiles. It's the first real smile I've seen on his face. It transforms him, makes him look younger, lighter. Thank you, he says, for not giving up on me. That afternoon, Vincent makes calls. To lawyers, to contacts, to people I don't know. By evening, Isabella takes me to see an apartment. It's in a safe building, security at the entrance, cameras everywhere. The apartment is small but beautiful, clean, bright, furnished. This is too much, I say. It's temporary, Isabella says, until Lance is caught, until you're safe. I can't pay for this, I say. You don't have to, Isabella says. My father insists. Please, Ava, let us do this. I walk through the rooms. Everything is new, perfect, more than I've ever had. My chest tightens. I feel grateful, but also unworthy. Why are you doing this, I ask. Really? Isabella is quiet for a moment. Then she says, because you gave me hope when I had none. You saw my father when everyone else looked away. That's worth more than any apartment. Her eyes find mine. You're family now, Ava, whether you like it or not. Tears fill my eyes. Family. I haven't had family since my father died. Thank you, I whisper. That night I sleep in a real bed, in a safe place. For the first time since the fire, I feel peace. 2 weeks later, the police find Lance. He's hiding in another state. They arrest him. He'll face charges for attempted murder, for arson, for everything. I breathe easier, but I know the real battle is just beginning. Vincent's trial is scheduled. He'll face consequences for his crimes, for the things he did before his collapse. Isabella is terrified. He could get 20 years, she says. Maybe more. He's doing the right thing, I say. That's what matters. But what if I lose him? Her voice breaks. What if this is the last time I see him outside prison? I take her hand. Then we make every moment count. We show him he's loved, that he's forgiven. Isabella looks at me. Her eyes are red, tired. How are you so strong? I'm not, I say. I'm just choosing to believe that love is stronger than fear. She squeezes my hand. I hope you're right. The trial begins on a cold Monday morning. The courtroom is packed. Reporters, victims' families, curious onlookers. I sit in the front row with Isabella. Vincent enters in a wheelchair. He's wearing a suit. His hair is combed, but he looks frail, older. The charges are red: racketeering, extortion, conspiracy. The list goes on and on. Vincent pleads guilty to everything. His lawyer looks uncomfortable, but Vincent is firm. I did these things, he says. I was wrong. I'm sorry. The prosecutor calls witnesses, people whose lives Vincent destroyed, families who lost loved ones, business owners who lost everything. Each testimony is painful, heartbreaking. I see Vincent wince with every word. His eyes fill with tears. Isabella cries beside me. I hold her hand. On the third day, I'm called to testify. Not about his crimes, about his character, about his change. I walk to the witness stand. My legs shake. I swear to tell the truth. The defense attorney stands. Miss Johnson, how did you meet Mr. Marino? I was cleaning his hospital room, I say. He was unresponsive, but I noticed signs that he was conscious. What made you think that? The attorney asks. His eyes, I say. The way they moved. I just knew. And what happened after you discovered he was conscious? I tell them everything. How I developed the blink code. How I spent nights talking to him. How he revealed his regrets. His desire to atone. Ava Johnson's breath caught. He told me about the hospitals he funded, the orphanages, the scholarships, all anonymous. Why do you think he did that? The attorney asks. Because he wanted to make up for the harm he caused, I say. He couldn't undo the past, but he could try to create a better future. Do you believe he's changed? The attorney asks. I look at Vincent. His eyes are on me. Grateful, hopeful. Yes, I say. I believe people can change. I believe he's trying. The prosecutor cross-examines me. She's sharp, aggressive. Miss Johnson, isn't it true that you were suspended from the hospital for misconduct? I was falsely accused, I say. The charges were dropped. But you were accused, she says. Doesn't that show poor judgment? It shows I was willing to risk everything to help someone, I say. My voice is steady now. Even when no one believed me, the prosecutor presses harder. But I don't waver. I tell the truth. Vincent deserves justice. But he also deserves mercy. When I step down, Vincent mouths two words. Thank you. I nod. The trial continues for another week. More witnesses, more evidence, more pain. Finally, it's time for Vincent to speak, to address the court, to face his victims. He stands slowly, his legs shake, but he stands. I have no excuses, he says. His voice is stronger now, clear. I hurt people. I destroyed families. I chose power over compassion. He pauses. It was wrong. I take a breath. I'm deeply sorry. He turns to face the gallery, to face the people he hurt. I know sorry isn't enough, he says. Nothing, I say, can undo the harm, but I want you to know I see you, I hear you, and I will spend the rest of my life trying to make things right. Something shifted in his expression, from proud to broken, from powerful to humble. Tears stream down his face. He breaks down. Sobs shake his body. The courtroom falls silent. Even the prosecutor looks moved. The judge adjourns for sentencing. But the damage is done, or maybe the healing has begun. 2 days later, the judge delivers the sentence. 5 years in prison, with possibility of parole after 3. It's less than expected. The judge cites Vincent's remorse, his cooperation, his failing health. Isabella cries with relief. Vincent just nods, accepting. I am grateful, he says, for justice, for mercy, for second chances. They take him away that afternoon, back to a cell to pay for his crimes, but something has changed. He's not running anymore, not hiding. He's facing the truth, and that makes him free. Isabella and I visit him the next week. The prison is cold, grey, depressing, but Vincent smiles when he sees us. I'm okay, he says. Really? How can you be okay? Isabella asks. You're in prison. I'm at peace, he says, for the first time in years. He looks at me. You taught me that compassion matters more than power. Ava Johnson felt proud, not of myself, of him. What will you do here? I ask. Help others, he says. Bible, study, counseling, whatever I can. You're going to save more lives than you ever hurt, I say softly. He smiles. I hope so. We visit every week, sometimes twice a week. Vincent grows stronger, more peaceful, more himself. He leads Bible studies with other inmates. He mediates conflicts. He listens. He cares. The guards say he's different, changed. They respect him. But after 6 months, something changes. He starts coughing, losing weight, looking tired. The prison doctor runs tests. Heart failure, advanced, the stress of the trial, the trauma of the collapse. It's all catching up. How long? Isabella asks the doctor. Months, the doctor says. Maybe less. Isabella breaks down. I hold her while she cries. Vincent is moved to the prison infirmary. We're allowed extended visits, to say goodbye. I sit with him every day. I read Psalms aloud, his favorite passages, about mercy, about redemption, about new life. I'm not afraid, he says one afternoon. His voice is weak. I'm ready. Ready for what? I ask. To meet God, he says. To answer for my life. What will you say? I ask. He thinks for a moment. Then he smiles. I tried to change. I hope that's enough. It will be, I say. I squeeze his hand. I know it will be. A week later, Isabella and I are both there when the end comes. It's quiet, peaceful. Vincent's breathing slows. His eyes close. His hand relaxes in mine. Tell them, he whispers. Kindness works. Those are his last words. Then he's gone. Isabella sobs. I cry silently. The nurse checks his pulse, shakes her head. I'm sorry, she says. I press his hand to my heart. Tears glisten in the dim light. Thank you, I whisper, for teaching me that anyone can change. We sit with him for an hour, just being present, honoring him. Then we leave, back into the world, into life without him. The funeral is small. Just Isabella, me, a few inmates who knew him, Father Emmanuel. We bury him in a simple grave. No grand monument, no elaborate ceremony. Just earth and prayers and love. Father Emmanuel speaks about redemption, about how God sees the heart, about how change is always possible. Vincent Marino was not a perfect man, Father Emmanuel says, but he was a changed man, and that is what God asks of us. Not perfection, just change. After the service, Isabella and I stand by the grave. The sky is grey. It feels fitting. What now? Isabella asks. We live, I say. We honor him by being kind, by helping others, by believing in second chances. Isabella nods. I want to do something big, something that matters. Like what? I ask. I don't know yet, she says, but I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. 3 weeks later, a lawyer calls me. Vincent left a will. I'm in it. I meet the lawyer at his office. Isabella is already there. She smiles when I arrive. Ava, the lawyer says, Mr. Marino left specific instructions regarding you. What instructions? I ask. My hands shake. He left you his entire estate, the lawyer says. All his assets, his properties, his investments, everything. Ava Johnson felt shock, overwhelming and disorienting. That's not possible, I say. He has a daughter. Family. I insisted he leave it to you, Isabella says. Every penny. Why? I ask. Because you gave him something I couldn't, Isabella says. Her voice is soft, honest. You gave him hope. You believed in him when no one else did. That's worth more than money. But what about you, I ask. I'm fine, Isabella says. I have my own money, my own life. But this? She gestures to the documents. This is meant for something bigger, something that will help people. The lawyer slides a folder across the desk. Mr. Marino specified how the money should be used. He wants you to build a free community clinic, in his name, to serve people who can't afford medical care. My throat tightens. A clinic for people like me, people the system overlooks. He wanted to make up for the harm he caused, Isabella says. This is how. Through you. I look at the papers, at the numbers. It's more money than I've ever imagined. Enough to build something real, something lasting. I'll do it, I whisper. I'll build his clinic. Isabella smiles. We'll do it together. The next 6 months are a blur. Planning, permits, construction, hiring. Isabella handles the business side. I focus on the vision. What services we'll offer. How we'll treat patients. What values we'll uphold. We hire former patients who need work. Single mothers. People with records. People the world overlooks. We give them second chances, just like Vincent got. We name it the Marino Community Clinic. On the foundation stone we inscribe, "For those the world overlooks." The building rises slowly. Red brick, wide windows, a garden in front. Beautiful, but not extravagant. Welcoming. Dr. Collins agrees to volunteer. Sharon, too. Other nurses and doctors hear about it. They offer their time, their skills. Even Father Emmanuel comes. He blesses the foundation. He prays for everyone who will pass through these doors. Vincent would be so proud, he says. I hope so, I say. I'm trying to honor him. You already are, Father Emmanuel says. His eyes are kind, knowing. By living with compassion, by helping others, by believing people can change. The clinic opens on a bright Saturday morning. Hundreds of people come, townspeople, church members, former patients, even Mrs. Patterson, who once judged me. "I was wrong about you," she says. Her voice is quiet, ashamed. "About him, about all of it." "It's okay," I say. "I mean it. I understand." The ribbon-cutting ceremony is simple. Isabella and I stand together. We hold the giant scissors. "This clinic is for everyone," Isabella says to the crowd. "No judgment, no cost, just care, the way it should be." We cut the ribbon. People cheer. Cameras flash. The first patient walks in, an elderly woman with a cane. She looks nervous. I greet her at the door. "Welcome," I say. "We're so glad you're here." She smiles. Relief floods her face. "Thank you. I haven't seen a doctor in 5 years. Can't afford it." "You can now," I say. "Everything here is free." Her eyes fill with tears. "God bless you." Ava Johnson felt joy, pure and simple. This is what Vincent wanted. This is what he died for. A chance to help instead of hurt, to build instead of destroy. I look up at the sky, clear and blue. "We did it, Mr. Marino," I whisper. "We really did it." Years pass. The clinic thrives. We treat hundreds of patients every month. We offer free prescriptions, free counseling, free childcare while parents see the doctor. Isabella becomes the director. She's brilliant at it, organized, compassionate, fair. I train as a nurse, a real one, with credentials and everything. Dr. Collins helps me. He mentors me. He teaches me. "You always had the instincts," he says. "Now you have the knowledge too." I work full-time at the clinic. I love it. Every day is different, challenging, meaningful. Young nurses come to shadow me, to learn. I tell them Vincent's story, about how he changed, about how everyone deserves dignity. Small acts of faith can change lives, I say. Don't ever forget that. They listen, they believe, they carry that message forward. The town changes too. People are warmer now, kinder. They greet each other. They help each other. The clinic has brought something back, something that was missing, hope. On the 5th anniversary of Vincent's death, I visit the clinic garden. It's sunset. The sky is orange and gold. A memorial bench sits in the center. Vincent's name is engraved on a plaque. Vincent Marino, redeemed. I sit on the bench. I think about everything that's happened. The collapse, the discovery, the trial, the clinic. How one small act of paying attention changed everything. For him, for me, for Isabella, for this whole community. A little boy runs up to me. He's about 6. His name is Vincent Jr. His mother gave birth to him here at the clinic. She named him after Vincent, after the man who made this place possible. "Miss Ava," he calls. He's holding a drawing, crayon on paper. It shows stick figures and a building. "That's me," he says, pointing. "And that's you. And that's our clinic." At the bottom, he's written in shaky letters, "Thank you, Miss Ava." My throat tightens. I hug him. He smells like grass and innocence. "You're welcome, sweetheart," I say. "You're so welcome." He runs off to play. I watch him go. This child who might not have survived without this clinic, without Vincent's money, without his change of heart. Isabella joins me on the bench. She's carrying flowers. We place them on the memorial together. "Do you think he knows?" Isabella asks. "About all of this? About how many lives we've saved?" "I think so," I say. "I think he's watching, smiling." The silence stretched between us. Comfortable, peaceful. "Thank you," Isabella says, "for seeing him, for giving him a chance to be better. Thank you for believing me," I say, when no one else did. We sit together as the sun sets, 2 women bound by loss and love, by faith and determination, by the belief that anyone can change. The clinic sign glows in the twilight, bright and welcoming, a beacon. I think about my father, how he would have loved this, how proud he would be. I think about Vincent, how he went from feared to forgiven, how he proved that it's never too late to choose kindness. I think about myself, a janitor who refused to look away, who saw a man when everyone else saw a criminal, who chose compassion when it would have been easier to walk away. "God works through the smallest hands," I whisper. Isabella looks at me. "What did you say?" "Just something my father used to tell me," I say. "That God doesn't need big, important people to do big, important things. He uses whoever is willing." "Like you," Isabella says. "Like all of us," I say. The sky darkens, stars appear. Vincent Jr. runs past again, laughing. His mother calls him inside. I stand. Isabella stands with me. We walk toward the clinic doors, toward home, toward the life we built together. Inside, the lights are warm. Patients sit in the waiting room. Nurses move between rooms. Dr. Collins reviews a chart. Everything is as it should be. Everyone is where they belong. I smile. Everything is finally at peace. The prison visits become routine. Every Tuesday and Friday, Isabella and I drive to the correctional facility. We sit across from Vincent in the visiting room. We talk, we laugh, we pray. He looks different now, healthier. His eyes are bright. His smile comes easier. Prison has given him something unexpected. Peace. I sleep well here, he tells me one Tuesday. No nightmares. No guilt keeping me awake. That's good, I say. You deserve rest. I don't know about deserve, he says. His voice is thoughtful. But I'm grateful for it. He tells me about the other inmates, about the Bible study he leads every Wednesday night, about the young man he's mentoring, about the fights he's helped prevent. I never thought I'd say this, Vincent says. But I'm useful here. I'm helping people. Isabella smiles. Dad, you're amazing, you know that? He shakes his head. I'm just doing what I should have done years ago, choosing people over power. Ava Johnson felt admiration, deep and genuine. You've taught me so much, I say, about forgiveness, about change, about never giving up. You taught me first, Vincent says. His eyes find mine. You saw me when I was invisible. That changed everything. We sit in comfortable silence. The visiting room buzzes around us. Other families talking, laughing, crying, all of us connected by love and loss. Before we leave, Vincent asks about the town, about the hospital, about my life. I tell him I'm studying nursing, taking online classes. Dr. Collins is helping me. That's perfect, Vincent says. His voice is warm, proud. You're going to be an incredible nurse. I learned from the best patient, I say. He laughs. It's a real laugh, full and genuine. We hug goodbye. His arms are stronger now. Prison work has built his strength back. He's not the paralyzed man I first met. He's alive, whole. See you Friday, Isabella says. I'll be here, Vincent says. He smiles. I'm not going anywhere. But 3 months later, everything changes. Vincent misses Bible study. He's never missed before. The chaplain calls Isabella. Your father collapsed during recreation time. He's in the infirmary. We drive to the prison immediately. They let us in. Special circumstances. Family emergency. Vincent lies in a narrow bed. His face is pale. Monitors beep steadily. An IV runs into his arm. The prison doctor meets us in the hallway. His expression is grave. It's his heart, the doctor says. Advanced heart failure. The stress of the trial, the initial collapse, it all damaged his cardiac system significantly. Can you treat it? Isabella asks. Her voice shakes. We're doing what we can, the doctor says, but his prognosis isn't good. Months at best. Isabella's breath catches. She grabs my hand. I hold tight. Can we see him? I ask. Of course, the doctor says. He's been asking for you both. We enter the infirmary. Vincent's eyes are closed. But when he hears our footsteps, they open. There you are, he says. His voice is weak, strained. Dad, Isabella says. She rushes to his side. Don't talk, just rest. Can't rest, he says. Too much to say. I pull a chair close. I sit on his other side. We're listening. He looks at Isabella first. I'm sorry, he says, for everything. For the life I gave you. For the shame. For all of it. Dad, stop, Isabella says. I forgave you a long time ago. Thank you, he says. You're the best thing I ever made. Then he looks at me. Ava, he says, you saved me. Not just my life, my soul. My throat tightens. You saved yourself. I just paid attention. No, he says. His voice is firm despite its weakness. You chose to see me when everyone else looked away. That choice changed everything. He reaches for both our hands. We each take one. His skin is cool. Something, he says. Anything, Isabella says. Build something good, he says. With my money, with my name. Something that helps people. Something that proves change is possible. We will, I say. I promise. Good, he says. He closes his eyes. A small smile crosses his face. Good. They move Vincent to a private room in the infirmary. Isabella and I are allowed extended visits. We come every day, sometimes twice a day. I bring my Bible, my father's Bible. I read to Vincent for hours, Psalms mostly, his favorite passages. "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," I read. My voice is soft, steady. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. Vincent's breathing is slow, peaceful. Sometimes he mouths the words along with me. Isabella sits on the other side. She holds his hand. She tells him stories about her childhood, about her mother, about all the good memories she can remember. "Remember when you taught me to ride a bike?" she says. "I was so scared, but you ran beside me the whole time. You never let go until I was ready." Vincent's eyes flutter open. "Best day of my life," he whispers. Father Emmanuel comes to visit. He prays with Vincent, offers communion, speaks words of comfort and hope. "You've lived well, Vincent," Father Emmanuel says. "Not perfectly, but well. God sees your heart. He knows you've changed." "I hope so," Vincent says. "I really hope so." The other inmates send cards, letters, messages of gratitude. Vincent has touched so many lives here. In just a few months, he's made a difference. One letter says, "You helped me forgive myself. Now I can move forward. Thank you." Another says, "You showed me that it's never too late. I'm going to try, because of you." Isabella reads them aloud. Vincent cries quietly, happy tears, grateful tears. "See," I say, "you're saving lives, just like I said you would." "It's not enough," he says, "to make up for what I did." "Maybe not," I say, "but it's something, and something is better than nothing," he nods. Something is enough. The days blur together. Vincent sleeps more, speaks less, but he's still present, still aware. One evening, just Isabella and I are there. The sun is setting through the small window. Orange light fills the room. Vincent's breathing changes. Slower, shallower. The nurse checks his vitals. She looks at us with sympathy. "It won't be long now," she says softly. "I'm sorry." Isabella breaks down. I hold her. My own tears fall silently. We move closer to Vincent. Each of us takes a hand. We sit with him in the fading light. "We're here, Dad," Isabella whispers. "We're right here." Vincent's eyes open one last time. He looks at Isabella, then at me. Love radiates from his face. "Thank you," he breathes, "for everything." Then he looks toward the window, toward the light. "Tell them," he whispers. "Kindness works." His eyes close. His chest rises once more, then stops. The monitor flatlines. The nurse moves quickly, but we both say, "No, let him go." She nods. She turns off the alarm. She gives us privacy. Ava Johnson pressed his hand to her heart. Tears glistened in the dim light. "Goodbye, Vincent," I whisper. "Thank you for teaching me that anyone can change." Isabella sobs against his shoulder. "I love you, Dad. I love you so much." We sit with him for an hour, just being present, honoring him, saying goodbye. When we finally leave, the sky is dark. Stars shine overhead, bright and endless. "He's at peace now," I say. "I know," Isabella says, "but I'm not ready." "We never are," I say, "but we'll be okay. We'll honor him. We'll do what he asked." She nods. "We'll build something good." The funeral happens on a Thursday. Grey skies, light rain. It feels appropriate, like the world is mourning with us. We bury Vincent in a small cemetery outside town. Just a simple plot, nothing fancy. That's what he wanted. Father Emmanuel leads the service. He speaks about redemption, about mercy, about second chances. Vincent Marino was many things, Father Emmanuel says. A criminal, a father, a patient, a friend, but most importantly, he was a changed man, and that is what defines us in the end. Not our past, but our willingness to change. Several inmates attend. They're escorted by guards, but they wanted to be here, to pay respects, to say goodbye. One young man speaks. His voice shakes. "Mr. Marino saved my life. I was going to hurt someone, to prove I was tough, but he stopped me. He told me there's nothing tough about causing pain. Real strength is choosing kindness. I'll never forget that." Another man says, "He taught me to forgive myself, to believe I could be better. I'm leaving prison in 6 months. I'm going to make him proud." I stand to speak. My legs shake, but I walk to the front. I look at the small crowd, at Isabella, at the simple casket. Vincent Marino saw me when I was invisible, I say. My voice is steady now. He was trapped in his body, unable to speak, unable to move, but he found a way to communicate, to connect, to care. I take a breath. He taught me that change is always possible, that it's never too late to choose love over hate, compassion over cruelty, life over death. Tears fill my eyes. He was a criminal, but he became a hero, not because of what he did, but because of who he chose to become, and I will spend the rest of my life honoring that choice. I return to my seat. Isabella squeezes my hand. Perfect, she whispers. We lower the casket into the earth. Rain falls harder, but no one leaves. We all stand together, united in grief and love. Father Emmanuel says a final prayer. Lord, receive your servant Vincent. Forgive his sins. Welcome him home. And help us to live as he learned to live, with kindness, with humility, with hope. Amen, we all say together. 2 weeks after the funeral, Vincent's lawyer calls. He needs to meet with me, urgently. I arrive at his office nervous. Isabella is already there. She smiles when she sees me. Sit down, Ava, the lawyer says. He's kind, professional. He slides a folder across the desk. Vincent left a will, he says. Very specific instructions. Okay, I say. My heart pounds. He left you everything, the lawyer says. His entire estate, all assets, properties, investments, approximately $8 million. The room spins. Ava Johnson felt dizzy, overwhelmed. That's not possible, I say. Isabella is his daughter, his family. I insisted, Isabella says quickly. I have my own money, my own life, but Dad's money, that needs to go to you. Why? I ask. I don't understand. Because you gave him something I couldn't, Isabella says. Her voice is soft, honest. You believed in him. You saw the good in him when everyone else saw evil. That's worth more than any inheritance, the lawyer continues. Vincent specified how the money should be used. He wants you to build a free community medical clinic in his name to serve people who can't afford health care. My throat tightens. A clinic for people like me, people the system forgets. He wanted to help people, Isabella says, to make up for the harm he caused. This is how, through you. I look at the papers, at the numbers. It's more than I ever imagined. Enough to build something real, something lasting, something that matters. I'll do it, I whisper. I'll build his clinic. I'll make him proud. You already have, Isabella says. But now we'll make sure the whole world knows that Vincent Marino changed, that he chose kindness in the end. Something shifted in my expression, from grief to purpose, from loss to hope. When do we start? I ask. Today, Isabella says. She smiles. We start today. The next 6 months are a whirlwind. Planning meetings, architect consultations, permit applications, contractor negotiations. Isabella handles the business side. She's brilliant at it, organized, decisive, fair. I focus on the vision, what the clinic will offer, who will serve, how we'll treat people. No one gets turned away, I say at every meeting. No one. I don't care if they can't pay. I don't care about insurance. Everyone gets care. Doctor. Carlins agrees to be our medical director. He volunteers his time. Sharon signs on as head nurse. Other medical professionals hear about the project. They offer to help, to donate time, to be part of something meaningful. We choose a location downtown, an old building that used to be a community center. It's run down, neglected, but it has good bones, strong structure. It's perfect, I say. Just like Vincent, broken but redeemable. We renovate completely. New paint, new floors, new equipment, but we keep some of the original character. The exposed brick, the high ceilings, the large windows. People need to feel welcome, I tell the architect, not intimidated. This is a place of healing, of hope. We hire staff carefully, former patients who need work, single mothers, people with records, people society overlooks. We give them second chances, training, support, dignity. One woman, Maria, was homeless 6 months ago. Now she's our receptionist. She greets every patient with warmth. I know what it's like to be invisible, she says. I'll never make anyone else feel that way. We name the clinic the Marino Community Clinic. On the foundation stone we inscribe, "For those the world overlooks." Isabella and I stand in front of the empty building. Construction crews work inside. The sound of hammers and saws fills the air. He would love this, Isabella says. Her eyes are misty. He does love it, I say. I can feel it. He's here with us. She takes my hand. We stand together, two women building something beautiful from pain. The clinic opens on a Saturday in October. The weather is perfect. Clear skies, warm sun, like the universe is celebrating with us. Hundreds of people come, townspeople, church members, former patients, local politicians, news crews. Everyone wants to see Vincent Marino's legacy. Mrs. Patterson arrives early. She finds me in the crowd. "I owe you an apology," she says. "I judged you." I judged him, I was wrong. "It's okay," I say, "I mean it. You were protecting your values, I understand. But your values were better," she says. Her voice breaks. "You saw a person where I saw a criminal. That's grace. Real grace." She hugs me. I hug her back. Father Emmanuel blesses the building. He prays over the doors, the exam rooms, the waiting area. He asks God to make this a place of healing and hope. "Let everyone who enters here feel valued," he prays. "Let them know they matter, that they're seen, that they're loved." "Amen," we all say. The ribbon-cutting ceremony begins at 10. Isabella and I stand at the entrance. We hold the giant scissors together. Mayor Chen speaks first. "This clinic represents the best of our community. Compassion, generosity, the belief that everyone deserves health care. Thank you to the Marino family for this incredible gift." Then Dr. Collins speaks. "I've been practicing medicine for 30 years, but I've never been more excited about a project. This clinic will save lives, will change lives. I'm honored to be part of it." Finally, Isabella speaks. Her voice is strong, clear. "My father made mistakes, terrible ones. He hurt people, destroyed families. There's no denying that." The crowd is silent, listening. "But he also changed," Isabella continues. "He chose redemption over resignation, kindness over cruelty. And this clinic is proof that change matters, that second chances work, that anyone can choose to be better." She looks at me. "Ava Johnson saw my father when no one else did. She believed in him when belief seemed impossible. And because of her faith, my father found his way back to goodness. This clinic exists because she refused to look away." Ava Johnson's breath caught. I feel seen, honored, humbled. "So this clinic isn't just my father's legacy," Isabella says. "It's Ava's too. It's proof that one person paying attention can change the world." The crowd applauds. Cameras flash. I wipe away tears. Isabella hands me the scissors. "You should cut the ribbon," she says. "You made this possible." "We both did," I say. "Together." We cut the ribbon together. Red fabric falls away. The doors open wide. "Welcome," I say to the crowd. "Welcome to the Marino Community Clinic, where everyone matters, where everyone is seen, where everyone receives care." The first patient walks in immediately, an elderly woman with a cane. Her name is Dorothy. She's 83. She hasn't seen a doctor in 7 years. "I can't afford it," she tells me. Her voice shakes. "But I need help. My knees hurt so bad." "Then you're in the right place," I say. I take her arm gently. "Everything here is free. No cost, no insurance needed. Just care." Her eyes fill with tears. "You're an angel." "No," I say softly. "Just someone who remembers what it's like to be overlooked." I walk her to an exam room. Dr. Collins is waiting. He smiles at Dorothy. "Let's take care of those knees," he says. I watch them through the window. This is what Vincent wanted. This is what he died for. A chance to help instead of hurt, to build instead of destroy, to prove that change is real. My chest tightens with joy, pure, overwhelming joy. "We did it, Mr. Marino," I whisper. "We really did it." The years pass quickly. The clinic thrives beyond our wildest dreams. We serve 200 patients a week, sometimes more. We offer free medical care, free prescriptions, free mental health counseling, free dental work, free eye exams. Word spreads. People come from surrounding towns, from counties away. They come because they've heard about the place where no one is turned away. I complete my nursing degree. Dr. Collins mentors me personally. He teaches me everything he knows. When I pass my boards, he throws me a party at the clinic. "I always knew you could do it," he says. His eyes are proud. "You have the instinct. Now you have the training." I work at the clinic full-time. I love it. Every patient feels like a gift. Every healed wound feels like redemption. Every life saved feels like Vincent's second chance multiplied. Young nurses come to shadow me, to learn. I tell them about Vincent, about how he changed, about how everyone deserves dignity and care. "Don't just treat the body," I say. "Treat the person. See them. Really see them." That's when healing happens. They listen. They learn. They carry that message into their own practices. Isabella runs the clinic as director. She's incredible at it. She secures grants, builds partnerships, manages staff, handles the press. "You're amazing," I tell her one day. "I learned from the best," she says. She means Vincent, and me, and everyone who believed in this vision. The town changes too. People are kinder now, more generous. The clinic has reminded them of something important, that we're all connected, that helping others helps ourselves. Local businesses donate, churches volunteer, schools send students to help. The clinic becomes the heart of the community. One afternoon, a reporter asks me, "What's the secret? How do you make this work?" "There's no secret," I say. "We just treat people like they matter because they do. Every single person who walks through these doors matters." "But the cost," the reporter says. "How do you afford it?" "Love finds a way," I say. When you care enough, the resources come. The volunteers appear, the donations arrive. You just have to believe. The reporter writes a beautiful article. It runs in papers across the state. More donations pour in. More volunteers sign up. The impact multiplies. On the 5th anniversary of Vincent's death, I visit the clinic garden. We built it 2 years ago. A quiet space for patients and staff. A place to rest, to reflect, to heal. In the center sits a memorial bench. Dark wood. Simple design. A plaque reads, "Vincent Marino Redeemed." I sit on the bench. The evening sun is warm. Golden light filters through the trees. Birds sing softly. I think about everything. The collapse, the blinks, the poisoning, the trial, the clinic, all of it. How one small choice to pay attention changed so many lives, including mine. A little boy runs up to me. He's 6 years old, bright eyes, wide smile. His name is Vincent Jr. His mother gave birth to him here at the clinic. She named him after the man who made this place possible. "Miss Ava," he calls. He's holding a drawing, crayon on paper. It shows stick figures and a building with a big red cross. "What's this?" I ask. I take the drawing carefully. "That's you," he says, pointing to a figure with curly hair. "And that's my mom. And that's the clinic, where you saved us." At the bottom, he's written in shaky letters, "Thank you, Miss Ava." My throat tightens. Ava Johnson felt gratitude, overwhelming and pure. "You're so welcome, sweetheart," I say. I hug him close. He smells like soap and sunshine. "You're so very welcome." He runs off to play. I watch him go. This child who might not have survived without this clinic, without Vincent's money, without his change of heart, without his choice to be better. Isabella joins me on the bench. She's carrying flowers, fresh roses, Vincent's favorite. We place them on the memorial together, pink and white blooms against dark wood. "Do you think he knows?" Isabella asks. "About all of this? About how many people we've helped?" "I know he does," I say. "I feel it every day. His presence, his blessing, his peace." "Me too," Isabella says. Her voice is soft, content. The silence stretched between us, but it's not empty. It's full of love and memory and gratitude. "Thank you," Isabella says suddenly, "for everything, for seeing my father, for believing in him, for building this with me." "Thank you for trusting me," I say, "for believing in me when I was just a janitor." "You were never just anything," Isabella says. Her eyes find mine. "You've always been extraordinary. I just didn't see it at first." We sit together as the sun sets. 2 women who started as strangers, who became allies, who are now family. The clinic sign glows in the twilight, red letters against white. Marino Community Clinic, a beacon of hope. Vincent Jr. runs past again. His mother calls him. "Time for dinner, mi amor." "Coming, Mama," he shouts. He waves at me. "Bye, Miss Ava." "Bye, sweetheart," I call back. Inside the clinic, the lights are still on. Late appointments. A nurse checking on patients. Dr. Collins reviewing charts. Life continuing. Healing happening. I stand. Isabella stands with me. We walk toward the clinic together. "Home?" Isabella asks. "Yes," I say. I smile. "Home." We enter through the front doors. The waiting room is quiet now. Clean. Peaceful. Maria is closing up the reception desk. "Good night, ladies," she says. "See you tomorrow." "Good night, Maria," we say together. I walk through the halls one last time, checking rooms, making sure everything is ready for tomorrow. Every space is clean, welcoming, ready to heal. In the main hallway hangs a photo. Vincent in his hospital bed, eyes bright, determined, still learning to move again. Beside him stands me, in my janitor uniform, holding his hand. I stop in front of it. I touch the glass gently. Thank you, I whisper, for trusting me, for changing, for showing me that miracles are real. I feel Isabella's hand on my shoulder. He loved you like a daughter, she says. You know that, right? I know, I say. I loved him too. We walk to the front doors together. I turn off the lights. Lock up. The clinic rests until morning. Outside, the stars are bright. The air is cool. The world is quiet and peaceful. I look up at the sky, at the vast expanse of light and darkness, at the beauty of it all. God works through the smallest hands, I say quietly. What? Isabella asks. Just something my father used to tell me, I say. That we don't need to be big or important to make a difference. We just need to be willing. You've certainly proved that, Isabella says. So did Vincent, I say. We walk to our cars. Isabella hugs me goodbye. Same time tomorrow? Same time, I say. I drive home to my small apartment, the one Vincent paid for, where I'm safe, comfortable, at peace. I make tea. I sit by the window. I open my father's Bible. The pages are worn, loved, full of wisdom. I read Psalm 23, the same passage I read to Vincent in his final days. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. Tears fill my eyes. Happy tears. Grateful tears. Everything I've lost has been restored. My purpose, my peace, my hope. And not just for me, for hundreds of people, for this whole community, all because I chose to pay attention, to see, to care. I close the Bible. I look out the window at the stars. Thank you, I whisper, to God, to my father, to Vincent, to everyone who made this possible. Thank you for everything. I smile. My heart is full. My spirit is at peace. Everything is finally as it should be. The end.